Kate Kim é a nova vencedora da loteria. Boa caçada, Los Angeles.
Eu não peguei o papel. Não precisa desse olhar mortal.
Ela é o meu prêmio.
O que tá acontecendo? Ai, nem vem.
Vem sim.
Hi, John. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. John, I imagine your wrestler abilities came in really handy for this role. How much of the stunts did you actually do, and did you have anything go wrong or not as planned at any point?
I'll start with the end first. Nothing went wrong. Everything was very well orchestrated. Our stunt team was fantastic. I did as many of the stunts as I could. In this, more participation for me than usual, because the stunts, as you said, were very close to my skill set in WWE. A lot of realistic yet over-the-top action that I was completely capable of doing. Certainly, Spencer Thomas, my stunt double, I'm very gracious to him and for all the times he steps in when safety is a major concern. He puts his neck out there for me more often than I don't know how he does it. I'm very grateful for him. But on this film particularly, I was able to do a whole lot of the action.
Trata as pessoas como elas querem ser tratadas. E aí, terra na cara, não! Caceta véia! Foi bem no meio da fuça. Como é que tá, de boa?
I did quite a lot. I did a lot more than I did
Some other
originally
lesser
thought.
stars, exactly.
Well, I mean, but then I had an amazing stunt double also who like really made me look good in certain other things. But yeah, it was quite a lot of practicing the choreography. It becomes a kind of a rehearsed thing. And that's if it's not rehearsed, it's not necessarily that safe. But I became very close with the stunt team, and they all feel like family. So it was cool.
I can say she did the vast majority of her stunts. She did
yeah.
because also it's comedy, so we're not just creating mayhem. We need her reactions and seeing that it's her. So she was put into action.
Yeah,
a lot of times.
Did a lot of running, light running,
A lot of running, a lot of hanging,
a lot of ducking.
Yeah,
You know.
And on that note, the fact that guns are banned in this movie makes it almost family friendly, in my opinion, because there are almost no gory scenes. Paul, how was it for you to get creative with the violence while directing the fight scenes?
Yeah, that to me made me want to do the movie because if it was filled with guns, I don't think it wouldn't be fun. It would be kind of too ugly, I think. So to me, it was just like putting together a big cartoon in a weird way. Because you want the action to feel grounded and be real. But when I was working with James Young, our stunt coordinator, we both have a love of old silent films like Buster Keaton and all that, and Jackie Chan movies. It was a huge inspiration for both of us. So how do we do that? How do we take a person who is in over their head and have the fun of how they're getting out of things or how the people around them are reacting? And that's where kind of the basis of all the physical comedy was.
And I was wondering if you were drawn to this character because in some ways he's kind of similar to you. I mean, in the sense that you are this big, strong wrestler guy, but also known as one of the nicest, most charitable guys in Hollywood. Is that true?
Well, man, what a thing to say. Thank you so much for the comment. What draws me to try to take on a project is the project itself. I love to read the book, so to speak. I think if you read the book and you have a favorite character, but you don't like the story, I think you're climbing uphill. And when I read Jackpot cover to cover, the story was great. So had I gotten the part that Simu played, and Simu had gotten my part, I think equally we would have done great. And I wouldn't have been so nice, and he would have been a lot nicer than he was. But first and foremost for me, I have to like the story in its entirety, and then I figure out where I fit and just try to do the best I can.
And Paul Feig has said that this movie plays into a lot of things that are in the public mind right now. And watching it, I felt like there was maybe a parallel to Fame, like when you hit it big, especially nowadays with social media, momentality and everything, people try and take that away from you. Did you see this parallel too, or?
I always want to leave it up to the audience to take whatever they'd like away from the movie. Jackpot, I think there's a lot there. especially because it takes place in a dystopian society, but it's not too far in the future. So we don't make any bold predictions about how things would be because it's only a few years ahead. So I think maybe that's what brings up the relevancy factor and maybe the variance of opinions. But I always want the audience to take whatever they want to take away from it. As long as they're entertained, I'm good.
I mean, I like the commentary on fame, and this is, it's somebody who's trying to get famous who becomes famous in a way she didn't want to become famous. And so fame completely backs up on her. Not that she was, I mean, she was also trying to honor her mom. You know, you find out she's got a kind of a sweet reason for wanting to be an actor too. But at the same time, everybody in Hollywood is, you know, you're definitely, fame is part of the thing you're chasing when you want to be successful, because if you're not famous, then people don't know what you're doing. So then you're not considered successful in showbiz. So I think it all kind of wraps together.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like it's definitely that, and also just like greed and scarcity. Like what happens when there aren't enough, like there isn't enough roles, or there isn't really an industry anymore, or everything is based on like kind of like you know, greed. Yeah.
In the end of the movie, we can see that there was a lot of improv actually on the comedic scenes. I want to know, how do you find that sweet comedy spot when you're working with someone like John Cena? How did it work out to find this tune with him?
Well, I mean, John Cena first of all is so funny, and Paul is also very funny, and you know, like just helping us through scenes. There's always different lines introduced and stuff like that, which I love. And I mean, I think that the most important thing is to find your friendship with whoever your scene partner is, or at least what they're about. Then you can get a sense of trust to go there comedically. And I think that I really found that genuinely in John Cena, who's one of the most like professional and kind people I've ever met, and a great scene partner. So that was really nice.
So the riffing part was great, and working with Awkwafina was great. Simu was great. Machine Gun Kelly was fantastic. Paul is boy, his jokes don't stop ever. His mind never shuts off. He always finds another punchline. So with him, there was a lot of riffing, and I would say maybe 4% of it made the movie. And you'll see in the blooper reel, the blooper reel is so long and so inclusive that man, yeah, he films like 8 movies, and you end up seeing 1. So he has a whole lot of stuff that hit the cutting room floor.
John, I have to wrap up. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for making me the coolest big sister in town today.
Oh, you're too kind. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cauabanga. Força de tartaruga.
Qual?